Good afternoon, ma'am. Welcome to all for online education. Subject Commerce Theory Part for second year's English medium. For second year's English medium, the chapter is Financial Market and the topic is Part 3. So today's topic is about the money market instruments. Yes, in the previous class we have studied about what is money market and what are the functions of the money market. Yes, so what is money market? Once again, just for a recall, I just recall little bit of the topic, previous part 2 topic. See, money market is a market of short-term funds. Yes, the company, the organization or the business firm require two types of funds. One is short-term fund and another one is long-term funds. And the short-term funds can be raised from the money market and long-term funds can be raised from the capital market, right? So the money market, the main role player of this money market is Reserve Bank of India. It played a very important clerical role. Yes, it played a very important clerical role in the issue of money market instruments. So these all five are the money market instruments. So let us see one by one what each will be. So first one is treasury bill. So treasury bill is also called as T-bill. It is also called as T-bill. So treasury bill can also be written as T-bill. Afterwards, commercial paper. Commercial papers or commercial paper. Okay. Commercial papers. Okay. So commercial papers. The second instrument of money market is commercial papers. And the third instrument, that is called money. Okay. The third instrument is called money. And fourth instrument, that is certificate of deposits. What is that? Certificate of deposits. And the last fifth one, that is commercial bill. Commercial bill. It is just like similar to bill of exchange. Okay. In accounting part you have bill of exchange. Yes. So it is similar to that only. Okay. So these all are the money market instruments which are used for a short period of time. Period not exceeding 1 year. Okay. The period which is not exceeding 1 year. These type of instruments are issued by the Reserve Bank of India with the permission of the Reserve Bank of India. The commercial banks are credit-worthy companies will issue these types of certificates. Okay, they will issue these type of instruments. Yes, by these they can raise the short-term funds and also they can meet their day-to-day requirements. That is nothing but the working capital. What is that? Working capital. Whatever the daily capital is required to run the business, that is known as working capital. Whatever the capital that is required to run the day-to-day business, that capital is known as working capital. So let us know one by one what each instrument deal with. Okay. So first one is T-bill. T-bill means treasury bill, and this T-bill is also known as zero coupon bond. Okay. This T-bill or treasury bill is also called as with another name, that is zero coupon bond. Okay. What's another name? Zero coupon bond. And these are issued by the Reserve Bank of India. Who are issuing these? These are issued by Reserve Bank of India. Yes. In the previous part 1, part 2 itself, I told you that the money market instruments are issued by the Reserve Bank of India. It is only the authority. It has the autonomous power. Autonomous power means independent power, independent right to issue these type of instruments into the financial market. Right. So zero coupon bond. So T-bill is also, treasury bill is also known as zero coupon bond, and this is issued by Reserve Bank of India. or zero coupon bond. Here the risk is zero and ultimately the return is also very low. Return is not zero, but the return is very low. Returns are not attractive. Not attractive means the returns are very low returns because you are taking very low risk now. When you are taking very low risk means the returns will be obviously the returns will be less. So the returns are not attractive for the investors who are raising the short-term fund from the treasury bill. For them it was not so much attractive because the returns are very less and risk is also very less. When you take risk, you will get good returns. Issued at a lower price. Generally, these type of treasury bills are generally issued at a lower price. And these lower price means, what you mean means they generally first issued at a discount. And they will be paid, they will be repaid at the par value. Par value means at the face value. I will explain you this with an example, then only you will get the clear idea what is what. Okay? So let me explain you what is that. See, what happened here means, for example, a company is there. For example, a company is there. It is issuing at a lower price. What I have written here? It is issued at lower price. Means it will issue at a discount. It will issue at a discount, at a lower price. That is 9,000 or 90,000. They will issue at 90,000. They will issue this treasury bill. Okay, they will issue this T-bill, treasury bill for 90,000. Okay, while you are purchasing the T-bill, కొనేటప్పుడు 90,000 కి కొంటారు. And after the maturity date, after the time duration అయిపోయినాక, when they have to repay చేస్తున్నప్పుడు you will get 1 lakh rupees. You will get 1 lakh rupees. You are getting 1 lakh rupees. Means now see, the 90,000 is actually issued at a lower price. They are issuing at 90,000 rupees and repay. They are repay at the par value or the face value. Par value or the face value means they are repaying at the face value. Means how much you are getting benefit? 10,000 rupees is the benefit you are getting. That is known as discount or interest. Are you getting my point? What I am saying? See, they are, when the time to issue the T-bill or treasury bill or zero coupon bond, they will issue at 90,000 rupees. For example, I am saying, not exactly. For example, they will issue at 90,000 rupees and when the time, maturity time or the time of the expiry of this T-bill, at the time they are repaying at 1 lakh rupees. They are repaying at 1 lakh rupees. So what's the variation between these two? 10,000 rupees. Means they are issued at the lower price and they are repaid at the par value or the face value. Okay? And these 10,000 rupees difference what you are getting, that is treated as interest or discount. Are you getting my point, ma? So what the difference you are getting, that will be treated as discount or interest. Means you are purchasing at 90,000 rupees and at the time of maturity you are getting 1 lakh rupees. It means that the variation between the time duration, you are earning 10,000 rupees. You are earning 10,000 rupees due to the issued by Reserve Bank of India on behalf of central government, and the first T-bill is issued in 1971 by the Indian government. It is a zero risk bond. It is a zero risk bond because the returns are not attractive. The returns are not attractive, and afterwards issued at a lower price. Generally they are issued at a lower price and they are repaid at a par value or the face value, that may be 1 lakh. And it is just example, not exactly. Yes, the excess amount, what you get the amount between the period of these 91 days or 182 days or 364 days, that will be treated as a discount or interest for your instrument. Okay, so this is about the T-bill. Is it clear for you? Yes, that is about the T-bill. Now let us know about the commercial papers. What are the commercial papers? What are the need of these commercial papers that are issuing by the Reserve Bank of India on behalf of central government? Let us see who will issue this, whatever they release. This is also a short-term promissory note. Okay, it is also a short-term promissory note. What do you mean by promissory note? What do you mean by promissory note? What do you mean by promise? You will say now, if there is any fight between the friends, there is a promise. You say it or not. You cheppinava leda ottesi cheppu ani antaru kada mi friends ki. So promise means same promise e gaani here you have to do that promise on a note. Note means paper note kadama. Note means on a paper you have to write I promise to pay. I promise to pay. Okay, I promise to pay ani rasi ఇవ్వాల్సి ఉంటుంది commercial paper ante. So short term promissory note, commercial paper is a short term promissory note, means you can fulfill your short term requirement, means you can fulfill your short term fund, you can fulfill your short term loan what you are taking from the commercial papers. Meeru fulfill chesukochu. The time duration also should not exceed the period of 1 year here also. The same thing will be happen here also. So it should be issued by, who are issuing here? It is issued by credit worthy companies, means these papers are generally issued by very credit worthy companies. Credit worthy companies ante baga well developed companies, just like Reliance, Tata. Yes, like these companies are generally issue these type of commercial papers into the money market. Money market lo ever issue chestaru ilantivi? Ee commercial papers issue chesetollu credit worthy companies. They are very worthy companies and they require the credit, they require the money, they are in the need of money. So those companies will issue these type of instruments into the money market. Here treasury bill is issuing by the Reserve Bank of India on behalf of the central government, and here these credit worthy companies are issuing into the money market. Now the same thing here also, discount and interest. Same, how they are issued here at a lower price and they are giving repaying at the par value or face value. In the same way here also the same thing will be done. Ikkada kuda ade process ade vidanam untundi, elanti changes undavu. When they are issuing at that time, they will issued at a lower price, means something like 90,000, and at the time of maturity or at the time of withdrawal they will give something like this 1 lakh rupees, means the excess amount 10,000 will be treated as a discount or interest. Okay, after that tenure range for, tenure means the duration of this contract. Okay, the duration of this contract generally range from 1 day to 270 days. అంటే అన్నిటికీ ఒకటే ఉంటుంది, should not exceed the period of 1 year. 1 year ని exceed కావద్దు. So the tenure range from, అంటే maturity time ఎక్కడి నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది? 1 day. 1 day కి కూడా తీసుకోవచ్చు కమర్షియల్ పేపర్ ని, or 270 days మధ్యలో మీరు ఎన్ని రోజులకైనా తీసుకోవచ్చు కమర్షియల్ పేపర్ అనేది. Returns on commercial paper is higher than the T-bills. Comparing to T-bills, India. NRI means non-resident of India. He will be not in India. He will be live in some other country. So these commercial papers can also be invested. These NRIs can also be invested on these commercial papers. But one thing, on non-repatriation basis. Repatriation basis ante entidante these papers should not be converted in their currency. Okay, Indian currency lo maatrame vallu konali kani foreign currency lo vallu konoddu. That is the main thing here, and they can't able to convert it into foreign currency. Ardhamaitunda, Indian currency lone vallu konali, and they have to take the returns in the form of Indian currency. Returns kuda Indian currency రూపంలోనే తీసుకోవాలి. They should not have to convert it into their own currency. అట్లా కన్వర్ట్ చేసుకుంటే ఇండియన్ కరెన్సీ తక్కువ ఉంది, అమెరికా యుఎస్ అనుకోండి ఎక్కువ ఇవ్వాల్సి వస్తుంది మనం రిటర్న్స్. కాబట్టి there is one agreement that NRIs can participate here, but non-repatriation basis. కానీ non-repatriation basis అంటే వాళ్ళ కరెన్సీలోకి కన్వర్ట్ చేయొద్దు. వాళ్ళ కరెన్సీలోకి కన్వర్ట్ చేయకుండా యూ కెన్ పార్టిసిపేట్. NRIs కి కూడా ఇక్కడ ఛాన్స్ ఇస్తున్నారు. బికాస్ కంపెనీస్ అంటే ఎంఎన్సీ కంపెనీస్ ఉంటాయి కదా, మల్టీనేషనల్ కంపెనీస్ ఆల్ ఓవర్ ద గ్లోబ్. సో దట్స్ వై దే ఆర్ గివింగ్ ద ఛాన్స్ ఫర్ ద NRIs. ఇక్కడ NRIs కి ఛాన్స్ లేదు, కానీ ఇక్కడ ఛాన్స్ ఉంది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ద టీ బిల్ అండ్ కమర్షియల్ పేపర్స్. టీ బిల్స్ వచ్చేసి RBI, ఇది వచ్చేసి క్రెడిట్ వర్తి కంపెనీస్. సేమ్ ప్రాసెస్, డిస్కౌంట్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ అనేది యాజ్ యూజువల్ గా ఉంటుంది. ఇక్కడ కంపెనీస్ కాబట్టి రిస్క్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది. కాబట్టి కంపేరింగ్ టు టీ బిల్స్ ద రిటర్న్స్ విల్ బి హైయర్. NRIs can be participated here. ఇక్కడ టైం డ్యూరేషన్ చూడండి, 91 days, 182 days, 364 days. అదే ఇక్కడ చూస్తే 1 day to 270 days అనేది tenure means time duration. Next, the third one is call money. This is most important mark. చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇది. ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయి చూసారా, ఈ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్స్ అన్ని చదవండి. చాలా చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. మేబీ 5 మార్క్స్ అడగొచ్చు లేదా 2 మార్క్స్ అడగొచ్చు. ఖచ్చితంగా దీంట్లో నుంచి క్వశ్చన్ ఖచ్చితంగా వస్తుంది. ఇట్స్ మోస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ చాప్టర్. ప్రతి ఒక్క టాపిక్ అనేది చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. అందుకే నేను మీకు బాగా అర్థమయ్యేటట్టు డీటెయిల్ గా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తున్నా. సో కాల్ మనీ. కాల్ మనీ అంటే వాట్స్ ద ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ కాల్ మనీ. కాల్ అంటే ఏంటిది? కాల్, ఫోన్ కాల్. మనీ మీన్స్ మనీ అంటే మనీకి కాల్ చేస్తున్నామా? yes obviously అదే మనీ కోసం కాల్ చేస్తున్నాం. మనీకి కాల్ చేస్తలేము. we are not calling money, we are calling for money. okay, call money means we are not calling to money. మనీకి కాల్ చేస్తలేం, మనీ కోసం కాల్ చేస్తున్నాం. okay, so commercial banks, generally commercial banks ఏం చేయాలంటే CRR రేషియోని మెయింటైన్ చేయాలి. in the previous part 2 లో చెప్పాను what is CRR. CRR means cash reserve ratio. so every commercial banks should have to maintain their CRR ratio, that is cash reserve ratio. according to the Reserve Bank of India RBI guidelines prakaram they have to maintain certain percentage of CRR ratio maintain cheyali. according to the guidelines of Reserve Bank of India, every bank should have to, commercial bank should have to maintain certain CRR ratio. so sometimes ఏమైతుందంటే they don't have the sufficient CRR ratio. కొన్నిసార్లు ఒక బ్యాంక్, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ let us take the example so that you can easily understand what is CRR ratio. see, for example ma, A is one bank and B is another bank. now A bank is need in the money. A bank ఏం కావాలి? ఇది ఒక కమర్షియల్ బ్యాంక్, దీనికి మనీ కావాలి. it is in a need of money. ఇక్కడ డెఫిసిట్ ఏర్పడ్డది. డెఫిసిట్ అంటే లోటు బడ్జెట్ ఏర్పడ్డది. ఇక్కడ సర్ప్లస్ ఉంది. ఈ బ్యాంక్ లో సర్ప్లస్ అమౌంట్ ఉంది. అయితే ఈ బ్యాంక్, కమర్షియల్ బ్యాంక్, ఈ బ్యాంక్ కి కాల్ చేసి ఏం చెప్తారంటే దట్ ఈస్ కాల్ రేట్. ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్ ఏముంటుందో ఆ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్ ఒకవేళ హై అంటే రైజింగ్ కాల్ రేట్ పెరిగితే ఈ ట్రెషరీ బిల్, కమర్షియల్ పేపర్, సర్టిఫికేట్ ఆఫ్ డిపాజిట్, కమర్షియల్ బిల్స్ ఈ అన్నిటి విలువ అనేది పడిపోతుంది. అన్నిటి విలువ ఒకేసారి పడిపోవడం జరుగుతుంది. ఎప్పుడు కాల్ రేట్ విలువ పెరిగినప్పుడు, when call rate value will increase, then automatically all the sources, ఇక్కడ అదే రాసిన ఫైనాన్షియల్ సోర్సెస్ అన్ని ఏమై ఉంటాయి, అన్నిటి వాల్యూ అనేది పడిపోతుంది, అన్నిటి విలువ అనేది పడిపోతుంది, రిటర్న్స్ అనేవి ఉండవు, రిస్క్ అనేది పెరిగిపోతుంది. కాబట్టి ఇది చాలా డేంజర్ అన్నట్టు. అందుకే ఎగ్జామ్ లో అడిగే ఛాన్సెస్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. కాబట్టి ఇది ఖచ్చితంగా చదవండి. యాక్చువల్లీ మనీ మార్కెట్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్స్ అన్ని మీకు తెలిసి ఉండాలి, బికాస్ నేను ఇంత క్లారిటీగా మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసిన. సో వన్స్ యూ లిసన్ ద క్లాస్ అండ్ ఆఫ్టర్వర్డ్స్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు రీడ్ ఆల్సో. కాల్ రేట్ పెరిగితే ఇవన్నీ ఇక్కడ రాసిన ఈ 4 కూడా టోటల్ గా డౌన్ ఫాల్ అయిపోతుంది. సో కాల్ రేట్ అనేది జనరల్ గా ఒక బ్యాంక్ ఇంకో బ్యాంక్ కి డిసైడ్ చేసే ఇంట్రెస్ట్ రేట్. సో కమర్షియల్ బ్యాంక్, జనరల్లీ ద కమర్షియల్ బ్యాంక్ in order to maintain CRR ratio means cash reserve ratio maintain చేయడానికి అదర్ బ్యాంక్ నుంచి లోన్ తీసుకోవడం జరుగుతుంది. ఆ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తే మీకు ఈజీగా అర్థమైపోతుంది. వేర్ ఐ హావ్ టు రైట్ ఇక్కడ రాస్తా. See what is that set commercial bill. Commercial bill అంటే ఏంటంటే it is a negotiable instrument. అంటే for example A is a person and B is another person, C is another person. Okay, A is doing business and B is a manufacturer. B అనే వ్యక్తి commercial bill. I think